I'm not good.
Hello, wonderful people. How are you all doing today? Hope you are having a wonderful time. Did you give us a like on YouTube? Thank you very much. I'm assuming that was.
I did too.
Hell yeah.
Oh, okay. It might have just been changed. We only got one. Hello, stunning people. It's lovely to have you all here. It's lovely to have you all here. We're going to get started in a moment in our usual way, but this is session, what was it, 19 of Shadows Over Zeif. If I can get a D100 roll from everybody, please. Maybe we'll find a leprechaun to barbecue today. I'm not sure what the reference is. But sure. All right, we've got 12, 80, 77, 73. Let's do our Istus roll just to make sure. 92, damn. Okay, so we're going to the top, which means Rob.
Yeah, Rob.
Yeah. What else is new? All right. I'm not
It's all right.
prepared.
I updated the notes today, so you're fine.
Hold on. I don't even have them pulled up. I was so sure of myself.
You were so sure. Hey, I tell you what. Roll another D100, Rob. If you roll a 92, if you're feeling that sure of yourself, if you roll a 92, then you can choose somebody else. Shit.
That's close.
Not bad, yeah. Right up a cat.
Right.
So we're moving on to leprechauns today. I like it. Welcome in, Bobby.
Hi.
What you doing here? All right, whenever you're ready, Rob, take it away, man.
All right. Set and Karathis are still dead. Zakar tried to revive Karathis, ironically, since he is the one that shot her, and proved unsuccessful. We don't know where the witch's hut is. Set and Ithemba, the former captain, did know, though. Alar and Zarakir mentioned that they have lost too much and the crew of the ship are going back to Zeif. We gave them around 6,000 gold in order for the crew to get a new ship. We all got on top of the cliffside to take a rest. Gearhart stays down with the bodies of Set and Karathis. Zaya and Sakar killed a Glitterpaw, which seems to be a lucky cat that they just simply obliterated. They then hung it from a tree and set the Glitterpaw on fire. Oh god. Luna asks the Orbit's gaze, will Zeif be safe in the future? She sees that a giant dragon is engulfing the city in flame. Zarakir doesn't believe in visions from the sky, but says that if you have any questions to ask Cloud. Because they believe in that nonsense. Gearhart sees a meteor shower over where Zeif would be. Is this the fire from the sky? Are we all actually doomed? What is life? But he is still in his inactive state and cannot tell anyone. Basim decided to eat the Glitterpaw because he believes moose need meat to become strong and became cursed. Then he decided to steal Sakar's gun because it was shiny and was somehow successful. He shot Zakar with the gun accidentally. This caused the bullet to explode, hurting and waking up Zakar, Spark, Mara, and Cloud. Spark realizes Basim just wants shiny things and throws a silver coin off the cliff as he jumps for it. Zakar plays the claw game and gets his gun back with his Thopter. And then we finished our long rest, and that's where we left off.
Forgot the best part.
What?
Rob.
Yeah.
And what does that mean? Oh, Rob.
Rob robbed Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great, what a great session. Chaotic session. Welcome back to Spark, who obviously you couldn't be here last session. Specifically to you, Spark, do you have any questions or anything like that about what happened last time? Specifically, because you weren't here.
No, I got to tune in for majority of it.
Okay.
You can't leave us anymore because this is what happens.
Yeah, I noticed.
I mean, a lot of the damage was done before the session. To be fair.
Everything's completely fine. I don't know why we're scared.
Rob, you can either have an inspiration or play a card to the deck. It's your choice.
All right. I'll take an inspiration this time.
All right, no worries. Go ahead and add that for yourself. That'd be wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. And if nobody has anything else to add, Kadira, just to let you know, I'm working on you. You know what I mean. That's kind of weird, but you know what I mean.
That did sound weird.
Down.
All right.
Yeah, no.
I feel slightly violated.
No further comments. I'm so sorry. I don't enjoy the Rob. All right. All right.
Fuck is the Rob?
Apparently that's what the captions.
It's the captions.
I'm sorry. Oh God. As dawn breaks, the soft hues of the morning light stretch vast, twinkling off of the river in front of you, and indeed off of the slight parts of the shipwreck that you can see protruding from the river still. It illuminates the endless sand and rock that you can make parts of here. And as the river does sharply contrast against the wreckage, the skeletal reminder of the chaos that has so recently befallen you, the rising sun in the distance promises a new day. The air is heavy with the weight of the loss and the uncertainty. You have had an eventful night, all of you. I will remind you, you have obviously the Fallen with you still, as well as whatever shenanigans got up to last night. But with this, you also have your secondary characters here as well. But I want to jump first to Spark, who I don't know if there's any sort of damage mitigation that you're wanting to be doing in this part, but to Spark and to Cloud, as you arise this fine morning, make sure that you have taken a long rest. I think I hit it for you.
Yeah, you did. We're good on that.
What are you doing this morning as you're awakened still in the river basin in the valley here?
I think I'd be gathering my stuff, getting ready to send people back to Zeif that want to go back to Zeif, which it seems like the entire party does. And getting ready to talk to Basim.
All right. Basim is in a little bit of a state at the moment.
Not Basimd. When we go back to Zeif.
You don't want to talk to
I'm just going to cut to that if you don't mind. Was there something specific that you wanted to talk to Basimd about this fine morning? from the
No.
gas station? Am I going crazy? You did say Basimd, right?
Nope. Basim. When we go back to Zerzif.
Oh, Basim. I fucking hate
Yeah.
Go the moose.
Rob.
Yeah.
What is Sakar doing? And funnily enough, your character's dead now. No. What is Basimd and Sakar doing?
Basimd is just going to be looking around for anything shiny at this point.
Get away from me.
All right. At this point, I think you've probably been just on with the direction that you were going before. You've probably been led back to the river.
Okay.
And there are plenty of like shiny things in the river, including like leftover parts of wreckage from the ship, but also just the occasional like glimmering fish, and other things that shine with the reflections of the water. That you really can't make out as being any different to like actually shiny things. Go ahead and make me a survival check.
Alright.
Don't stop believing.
Okay, with a 12, you are able to actually catch yourself a few fish this fine day. With that, go ahead and roll me a charisma saving throw, please. You're fine. No issues whatsoever, and I need a con save as well, please.
Okay. Oh.
That's better.
Is it?
You catch a few fish for the morning, enough to actually count as breakfast, if you so wish. And as you make your way back towards the group, you can't help but feel this sort of almost ever so slight pins and needles shiver over as some of your fur begins to stand on end. You feel all this almost like swelling in your throat as if you're about to get sick.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
We're about to fight another dickhead on this river.
If you mean Basimd, then maybe. All right, you make your way back towards the party. Let me just quickly go through everybody. Viv, please make sure that you give Mara a long rest as well. There was a specific reason.
Oh, true. True, I think I forgot. Let's see.
And then let me know if there's anything you want to do this fine morning before we set up to teleport and disappear home.
Anything I want to do while here, correct?
Just anything you want to do here, or just a little bit about your morning routine, how you get up this morning, knowing everything that you have to get done today and going forward.
I think Luna's routine would be mostly the same, but she would also sort of pay her respects to the fallen from the battle we just went through, and sort of like, I guess, sort of think to herself about trying to get like a dirge or a funeral song or like memorial written for the two we lost.
Hi, could I use a card?
All right. That's certainly all going to be achievable, Luna, especially once you get back. All right. As Basimd trundles his way back across after a few moments, hands full of fish, Kadira, what do you do?
I would like to use the Wolf here card to add an effect to my ring. The ring of fire resistance that I have. And the gemstone in the ring looks a little bit like sort of a bowl facing outwards where the gem would be.
Mm-hmm.
And on the interior there's sort of like a little swirling on the inside of the gemstone is a little sort of swirl of colour. And at present that colour is tinted sort of pale. And I'm going to get I want the effect to be that I can use the ring to change the tint of my skin.
Okay. That's very fine by me. That's not typically how that card works.
Is it not?
So
It's
usually
random.
randomly-
You one magic item with a minor beneficial property. Is this not?
Yes, minor beneficial properties refer to specific things. As in, there's a table of minor beneficial properties. Usually you have wrong. But if you would like that to be the property, I'm totally fine.
Oh. I don't know if we had this discussion the last time that I used
did.
this card.
We are
Oh, shit. Okay. Sorry.
It's not a problem. That's very much that's easily within the realms. If anything, for a minor beneficial property, that actually might be a little bit underpowered, but it's totally fine that you have that. It's definitely more of a roleplay focus one. Because some of the other ones are things like you get proficiency with a skill or become immune to disease.
Those are cool. I want to get a small pouch of vials, which look a little bit like sort of makeup-y things. And I'd like to get a slightly darker dye shade. And I'm going to drop a droplet out of the pipette end onto the gemstone of the ring. And it swirls in and slowly shifts colour as though a droplet of water has just landed in the vast ocean beneath the crystal's surface. And from that ring, creeping up my arm and the rest of it, my skin turns into a much darker shade. And I'm going to remove my my cloak, sorry, the large cloth that I've been using, and I'm going to bring it down and wrap it around my arms, sort of like a lounge courtesan's silks as such, and that's sort of going to be my look. And my hair is wrapped up beneath. There we go. And for all intents and purposes, you can tell that this is Kadira, but she definitely looks like a different person right now. Additionally, she does drape a little bit more jewellery and touch up her makeup, which has mainly been unused, so because of the desert.
Okay. Beautiful. I mean, you all see this taking place. You all see this happening as you're disassembling your camp for today.
Gearhart is going to come out of his stationary state, and he's going to walk over to where that glitter paw came out of the ground, and he's going to look down and kind of like dig in the dirt to see if there's another one. And he's going to actually find a treasure map. I'm going to use a Bazim El Ghulam card.
Okay. Make sure that you add that to your. Make sure that you add that to your inventory.
Nice. I have pocket goblins again.
And I'm going to walk over to Alar. Do you think this is where the witch's hut is? As he's just looking at this map.
Who was Ayla's? Was that Krolix?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was who you were talking as.
Yeah, I
last.
thought so, and I just wanted to double check that before I started taking over as somebody again. He pushes himself up. He was just sat on the floor, rolling up his bedroll at this point, and will pull himself up, take it off of you. Let's roll a survival from this. The map that you've got is indeed very plain. Like there isn't a huge amount on it in terms of landmarks or features, which makes it potentially a difficult map to follow. Nah, I don't reckon so. I think I know a few of these features. This here, and he gestures to like the upper corner where it's scrawled, the upper right hand corner. This is part of the river. I know this one.
Is it close?
I mean, it's back towards Zeif. Yeah, I mean, it's not that far, actually. I mean, if we had a boat go back up, it'd be about halfway back, so maybe another day sailing back, something like that. Where'd you get this?
Found it in the hole. Where the cat came out of.
Let's not talk about that cat. I've seen enough cats to last me a lifetime.
I could show you another one.
You have more cats?
Yes.
On you?
I can be a cat, if you want.
That doesn't mean you have a cat on you, though, does it? That's a different thing. That's cheating as well.
How is that cheating?
Do you identify as a cat?
No, I identify as Gearhart. Do you identify as a cat?
No, definitely not. All right.
I saw flaming rocks headed towards Zeif last night.
What? Okay. You sure?
I'm just gonna point in the direction where I saw the meteor shower.
That is the way Zeif is.
That way.
Is everybody hearing this? Apparently, your robot friend saw rocks falling from the sky towards the city.
I also saw that, but, you know, things can change, maybe.
As in, like, cities get flattened by falling rocks, that sort of change? Is that what we're talking about?
Possibly.
Where's that wizard of yours?
Let's start making my way over.
Do you know anything about falling rocks from the sky?
I was asleep through it, I guess, but it's not unheard of.
Alright. Well, nobody seems to be too concerned about this. Fine. This guy says he's got a cat. No, do you know what? I'm done. It's fine. Whatever. Let's just get back to the city, shall we? And then we can split off from you guys. Remember, we still need a bit of gold from you. But we can sort that out when we're back in the city. And I'm sure Basim won't forget about it in a rush.
How much gold did I promise them?
4K.
Me personally?
Mm-hmm. I already gave them the other 4.
Wait, I, as a singular person, offered them 4K in gold.
So one of you did. There was 6,000 handed over. Who offered them?
I remember offering them a lot less than everyone else.
I think I did like 2 or 2,500.
I offered 4K, which I gave them right away because I did have 9,000. I'm down to 5.
Mm-hmm.
I told them I caused the problem, so I'll give them a small stipend, but I'm not part of their expedition, so it's not my responsibility.
Yeesh.
How much did I give? I think I gave about the same as Rob.
Rob, how much did you give?
Oh god.
I think it was like 2.5K.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 2,500.
Okay, well, we're up to the 10. Your notes, I think, need to be updated then. That's fine. But everybody's paid up,
like 50 gold each, but I suppose I could reduce my gold now.
Yeah, please do make sure that you are reducing your gold if you are giving gold to the
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll give them the money that I have. Actually, wait, no, I told them to go to the Gold Leaf and that they would reward them, didn't I? Sorry. Wait, no, I told them I had to go to the
Well, I think the understanding was that you were going to go to the Gold Leaf.
I'm going to go to the Gold Leaf and then pay them.
They wouldn't get anything.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the Gold Leaf and grab some more stuffs for them.
Easy peasy. All right, lovely. And then we can start getting our boat built when we get back to the sea. And if you guys, of course, ever need a lift or a ride, passage down the waterways and the riverways of these great places, find somebody else.
Understandable.
It's not been very successful. Can't put all of that blame on you. That fucking grey render just came out of nowhere.
Wonder where that came from.
We'll never know.
It does seem like the world has got a bit crazier outside the sea. Things getting more dangerous. Anyway, Wizard, are we good to go? Ugh.
I think so.
All right. How does this work?
When the circle is complete, everyone walk in a very quick manner.
Everyone? Have you got to read a book about it, like a nerd or something first, or is it just happen?
Order prepared, just gotta draw it out.
Alright. Make it happen. You need any help from like a true mage?
Just keep, and I point over to the moose, just keep him out of the way.
Yeah, he's busy in the water at the moment. Which, by the way, should any of us be concerned about the fact he's getting in the water again?
Yeah.
I told him not to.
I do not think he listened to you.
Can we leave him in the water this time? Just leave him be.
If he doesn't get over to the circle, we leave him here.
Okay.
No, hang on. I would like to bring him with. Like, I get that you guys don't have any attachment to him, but he is a good friend of ours. I'd rather not leave him.
Well,
He is a very good rower, actually. I would
He'll
not want to
listen to
lose
you
him.
far quicker than he'll listen to us.
I don't know. You give him a few shiny coins, he'll do whatever you say.
Fine. I did promise you all 100 gold, so maybe I'll lure him in with that now.
Kadira's gonna climb down. I don't know if I need to check for that or if it's just gonna take me a little while.
Basimd!
I'm still searching in the water. I'm only
Hello?
finding fish. Did you see the shiny thing in the water?
I think we all agreed that the water is no longer worth the effort.
I don't know. Look in there.
Why are you so interested in shiny objects in the water?
Because they're so shiny and beautiful. I need them.
There are far more shiny objects in Zeif, I assure you. And we're going very soon.
All right, sign me up. I just want to
Speaking
grab
of
one last
shiny
thing from this water.
objects,
Just want to grab one last thing from this water. Is that what he said? Kadira is gonna clink a few of the gold pieces in her hand and drop a few on the ground, and she's gonna lead a trail of 100 gold back up.
Holy shit. Alright. Basim, roll me an investigation, please.
Oh no! All right.
alright, up here. There we go.
Alright, roll me a d100 to see how many of the coins you actually find on the way. Alright. That's not bad. You get 58 gold.
So in short, there's 42 gold pieces just randomly buried in the sand next to the river.
Since Zerkir's right there, he's gonna, in watching this whole thing, he's gonna see if he can pick up on the ones that he missed.
Roll me an investigation. Alright. That's pretty good. What we got? 42. Roll me 42 of them. Roll me a d100. Yeah, pretty good. You will get 36 gold out of it.
Well,
You're
if
still-
any more of those weird cats come along, they can have the extra gold.
You leave 6 gold pieces for the glitter paws. All right. Lovely.
As an apology.
Or slaughtering,
he's just-
cooking, and eating their kid. Yeah.
He's just gonna be behind Basim to make sure he's actually going up the cliff.
All right.
Come on, Basim, we're leaving.
How much money did I give the goblins? Was it 30,000 gold?
10,000. It was.
It was definitely it was 3 something.
I mean, are you planning on hunting the goblins down?
No, I'm not planning on doing that. I was just wondering how much money I was supposed to, because that was how much I was supposed to start with. So I'm wondering how much I get paid for the job. I suppose you can deal with that whenever we get there. I wasn't expecting to be in the campaign for this long, so I'm kind of like, oh shit, I do actually need money.
Fine.
Okay.
Money's overrated.
Yeah, but you guys have got a whole lot more cool shit that I don't have access to because I don't have money.
No.
Are you drawing the circle up there?
Yeah.
Alright, Gerhardt's gonna carry up the 2 bodies, one at a time.
Should we throw them through first, so that whoever's on the other side of the portal when it opens just sees a hole in the world with a body flung through it?
That's not how teleportation circles work, just for the record.
Oh, isn't it?
Not just a hole
thought-
in the earth. Oh my god, Basim. Alright. No, it will be linked to another teleportation zone, so it will just appear on their teleportation.
Nice.
Spark, as you are casting the spell, I do need search check.
Surge, blow us all up.
Okay.
Aww. Yeah, reroll.
No, I'm just playing with you. But it would be very entertaining. 25% of conjuration search. is always good. All right. Eventually, you all gather round as the very final moments of the teleportation circle are being drawn into the sand around, and there is a deep breath. There's a moment where the world seems to hold its breath and everything goes still. The wind stops blowing. And you step into the swirling vortex of light on the ground here. You collect the bodies. Everybody is here. We make sure that everybody's there. The world blurs into streaks of color and light. Nothing more than sensation of motion overwhelming your senses, and moments later, you stagger slightly as you can hear now in the distance the sounds of the city of Zeif greet you. The teleportation sudden end, leaving you in a building that is unfamiliar to a couple of you, a little more familiar to one or two of you, but is a stark contrast either way to the desert that you have just left. Spark, I'm pretty sure I remember. Remind me where your teleportation circle is. Make 100% sure.
The Worm Hunter's Guild.
Concerned for a moment. I'm about to throw you into the Worm Hunters Guild and what the fuck is this? Oh, yeesh. There's a hut on this map that you guys haven't seen for a while.
Is it because they got hit by a meteor?
Probably can still do too.
Oh.
I need to grab your secondary characters as well. All right, you'll shift back. There is chaos for a moment, just a split moment, as you were clearly unexpected. And there are a few people in here, all milling around. For those of you that haven't been here before, you seem to be inside a fairly well-adorned hall. There are people now up on their feet, well-armed people, all of them looking towards you, looking concerned. Clearly capable fighters with interesting looking weaponry and armor that goes beyond being your mundane and goes beyond even being just sort of +1 or +2 weaponry. And somebody that a few of you have spoken to before steps forward. Making a gesture with her hands for everybody to relax. We were not expecting you here. So many of you. And with the dead. Welcome in, Spark.
Things didn't go as expected, as you can see, as our last mission.
Where was your last mission?
Upriver. Didn't even make it halfway.
I'm sorry for your loss. Is there something I can get for all of you? Would you you like some tea? Something to eat? Drink?
Any chance you know any clerics in town that can help?
Not personally. There is a Temple of Istus in the boroughs not far from here. More inside the city walls, of course, but... And she looks around your party. I'm not sure all of you would be accepted in.
Do I know what this place is and why people would or wouldn't be accepted in?
Inside the walls, I mean, there's lots of different areas of Zeif that you have to have certain status or wealth to get into, effectively. And the further in you go, the higher that gets. There's big communities, as big as most cities, outside of the walls themselves. But once you go in, it's a huge step up in wealth, prosperity, everything.
Would I know if Luna would be accepted, or?
You are, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, as she said, it's only certain people in the party that would likely accept it. And I don't want to name any names, but I feel like we.
Do I know if people are allowed in as part of a noble entourage?
You would still be expected to be. Like, you can't just be like, oh, I'm with such and such, and still look like crap. You would be expected to hold certain standards if you're part of a noble entourage. The only exception to that is if you have word from like one or two important nobles.
That's a good point. Well, it's not like I'm planning on taking Basimd with us, but you know.
Yeah. A lot of the secondary characters would not be able to get in. Most of the first group would be fine. Most of.
I take it Kroic isn't. Well,
Probably definitely not.
Is he?
He appeared and then he suddenly vanished again.
Fair enough. So is it sort of
Crazy.
Gearhart and Sakar that?
Gearhart and Sakar are going to be your two issues.
Is it because Sakar is a bird dude, or
No?
Okay, it's just because of the way he dresses.
Yeah, it's just because he's shabby. It doesn't matter that he's no at all.
I can get just about anywhere in the city, but I would need to speak with my company first. If you're willing to accompany me.
I think we all have our own business throughout the city, and I see no reason not to accompany you if you would accompany me on my journey to find out more about this celestial dragon.
Well, let's sort out the corpses first, shall we? They're the most immediate problem.
True. I think we find our cleric first and then figure out where to go from there. How does that sound?
Do I know who this person is in front of us?
No. Well, actually, I'll tell you what. Roll me a. What do I want? 2 seconds. 'Cause this would be. It's not quite history. This is almost more of a social check. So
Do I straight charisma?
Because I think you should be able to have your proficiency. Yeah, so roll me a performance. Nothing to do with performance, but that's your charisma and proficiency.
No.
No, just off of sight and with the context that you have.
Miss, you offered your hospitality. Would it be too much to ask that you have access to any shrouds for the dead?
That's not really what we do.
We will make do for now then in that case.
Excuse me.
I can send somebody to a market for you. That's about all I can
Oh, worry not. An explanation with the guard will clear up any problems with our bringing the dead around.
Well, you won't have an issue here. It's only when you want to enter the walls. And so
I
let
know.
me pull up the map. I ended up on a different one. I'm not sure how that happened. But so you are currently in the old side. You are effectively you're right on the. You're effectively down here. You're right at the edge. This old side here is like the size of a lot of cities anyway. In which is to say that it's huge. You won't have an issue getting anywhere until you want to get inside the walled city. And then once you want to get into the old town and the Starfall area, it's even harder. But you're in the old side. You'll have no issues moving around.
Would the old side have a front of the gold leaf in it?
It's much better to be here because for trade purposes, unless you are doing ridiculous amounts of trade with wealthy people. Most of the trade is outside of the walls. So Basim is also outside of the walls, even though he's a very prominent trader.
Do I know if there is a gold leaf front in the old town as well?
In the old side, yeah.
What about in the old town?
Oh, sorry, in the old town? No, there wouldn't be.
Okay.
The old town is one of the most exclusive parts. The closer
Fair
you
enough.
get to the royal palace.
But definitely somewhere in the walls, though.
Inside the walls, yeah.
Okay, cool. Nice. We still have the cloth that was in her rucksack, or satchel, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So we can use that to prepare the bodies. This is a sort of fantasy medieval place. People are definitely used to seeing bodies being carried places.
Yeah, like more so than we would be traditionally. Of all the towns in, and all the towns and cities in Greyhawk, this is going to be your least likely. But just because there's much more of like a perception, you know, in keeping up appearances kind of shtick in this city than others.
Are there any specific rules to carrying bodies around that I should be following right now?
Avoid it.
Okay.
No, there's no specific rules. It's also not something that's going to get you in trouble. It's just something that people would be like, oh. It would draw a little bit of attention, but not in a overly negative way. And as long as you've got a good reason to do it. And, you know, doing so respectfully, as it sounds like you're doing, rather than just like dragging a dead corpse behind you. Are very different things. So you won't have any issues.
Okay. Given that we already prepared the corpse, I'm going to ask Gearhart to carry the larger corpse of Set. And I'm going to give the other one to Sakar.
Wow.
I don't want to carry it.
I don't think Sakar can carry his own items, to be honest.
Roll me an
just
athletics check, Sakar, but you are fairly damn framed.
It's only a small dude.
I sure am.
Karathis is tiny.
Athletics.
Sakar is like a 6 in strength.
Yeah.
Oh, Sakar's weak as shit. I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
As a real, that's why we're saying that he is really weak. Karathis is a small creature.
I feel like I should have realized that. If I'd realized that, I would have given it to Spark, I think. Spark,
I feel like Spark's not that strong in there. Could I carry both of them?
Yeah,
Basim is pretty big.
Basim,
No.
I'm not sure how long you're sticking with the two groups together. But Gearhart could happily carry both.
The point is that it looks respectful enough to carry one corpse. I don't know if double shouldering would look weirder. That's fine, he can carry both.
Luna has an 11 strength. Do you want me to try to carry Kralik? Or, not Kralik.
A Kralik,
Rathis?
oh god.
Oh god, we lost one.
Luna could not effortlessly, but without any need for checks or anything, carry Karathis. Yeah. It's only if your strength is down to 6. Becomes a bit of a question.
I think Kadira's got some gender perceptions. That she's being shattered right now.
Alright, perfect.
I'd like to specify Kadira, not Jack. Jack is a real human person that does not share these opinions. Shut the fuck up.
Okay. With that said, either way, not to get into too much detail. Zara, who again, probably will give you a bow. Well, I apologize that we couldn't be of, or that I couldn't be of more assistance. You always have a place here if you need it. If you get into any troubles, please do let me know.
Of course.
All right. It's been a pleasure seeing you again. Actually, a question for you. You've been outside of the city.
Yes.
Have you heard any interesting tales of creatures or the like?
Luna
We
looks
saw
towards
a
the rest of the party
giant
and is like,
turtle.
that, massive dragon, skeleton. People are claiming they saw a cat.
Did you
In the
see
middle
the
of the night.
rocks falling into the city?
I report some very unpleasant serpents.
Oh yes, the serpents, the water serpents, and then the fey creature, and
And a
Honestly,
grey
we saw-
render.
oh yeah, also those. We met a lot of interesting creatures.
Oh, and were they wolves?
You see
Yes,
that she's already pulled out some paper and is scrawling notes about everything you've said.
There were lions too. With it.
Well, lions aren't that unusual of a thing to spot. Apologies. I want to backtrack a little bit. Serpents? Tell me more of these serpents.
Migrating water serpents.
You came across them on the river and you had an interaction with them?
Yes, quite. I fell off the boat.
And what did they do when you fell off of the boat?
Tried to eat me.
Oh. Did you see any young around?
Yes.
And how many of them were there?
I recall 2, but I believe there was a migration.
And apologies, you said something about a cat.
Oh, I didn't see it.
I also did not see it, but someone is claiming they did.
Who
And she
did
looks
see the
towards
cat?
the other party.
Yeah.
There wasn't much to see after they shot it.
What sort of cat is it?
Did I know what it was? I don't remember.
Hi, are there any shiny objects in this room?
Plenty.
Fantastic.
Plenty.
What's Miss Sims
Yeah.
doing?
This whole room is actually decorated, and to the point where I think you could probably figure out roughly where you are instantly. In that there are trophy heads of exotic animals and trinkets and treasures of sort of lockets and small things on all the walls surrounding. Lots of like old looking relics and interesting artifacts all over the place.
Interesting.
Does that help? Perfect. You also mentioned a large dragon skull. That's particularly fascinating. When you say large, give me an estimation of the size.
Roughly cathedral-sized.
She stops writing.
It was big.
To you. And then we'll look to Spark instead. Did you
I
see it?
actually have a picture. And I have that rough sketch that I was working on with the dragon because I saw it in the vision where I had it like spitting out gold coins and stuff.
Yeah.
And I have a rough picture of that. So I'll show that to them.
Shane actually drew it, so he's gonna put it up in the art chat.
Oh, did I really? Oh God.
Did you really?
I don't think I did I?
Oh,
Get on it.
has to do it now.
All right. She will look at this and this is incredible. Where did you find this? I need the exact location and I need a copy of this drawing.
Do I remember where it was? Should I do like
roll-
a survival check
roll me
to
a
mark it on a map?
Oh yeah, you remember. You were tracking
It
the route,
was
so you know exactly.
precisely here. I would warn you, it is far within goblin territory.
They've never been an issue before.
Well, with their surroundings getting more hostile, I wouldn't be surprised if their sharpshooters took some pot shots.
We will be able to handle it. Thank you. And I need the drawing as well.
I could draw you another one.
I would appreciate that.
I also have a picture of the turtle. And I'll flip back like 2 pages and show the turtle.
That's
Like big sand turtle.
Oh, that's a Zaratan. Do you know what that is?
It is a turtle.
Sort of. It's an elemental Earth. It is technically a huge turtle, you're right.
Elemental. Like these things. And I'll go back to those things that we're drawing in the sand.
My God, you had quite the adventure. Interesting. Zaratans can also live in the sea. Fascinating that you found one on land. They communicate in a similar way to whales.
Honestly, I think these people might just be trouble magnets. I didn't see a hair of combat before I met them. Fighting trolls.
I no doubt that they attract trouble. Here, for the information that you've provided. And she will step forward and give you 500 gold, Kadira.
Really? Oh, nice.
I have another 500 for you as well, if you would follow a request for me.
Me? I'm not certain what I can provide, but I'll hear your request.
This gold is for all of you, technically. I hope that it is enough, considering this was not a paid job. But this next part is a reward. The other 500 is for your confidentiality, shall we say. I would like it that you don't tell anyone else of this dragon skull for 1 month.
Understood.
500 gold for that? Doesn't know.
Seems fair.
It looks... Yeah.
Very well.
Hi, does it sound like something that the Gold Leaf would want to know, or do I not think they'd care?
Roll me an investigation, please.
Mm-hmm.
You think they might be interested, but only because it's something that's vaguely interesting. It doesn't sort of directly align with anything useful to them, if that makes sense. Like anybody would like to know, right? Because it's a fascinating thing. But
Yeah.
for no real reason.
Cool.
She sort of holds the 500 gold pouch. Do we have a deal?
I sort of
I think
peer
so.
around one by one,
I see no problem.
and
And
I
she
will
will
reach out a
do
hand
it. She will
together.
pass you another 500 gold. At this point, with the information that's been shared, you see that a lot of the other people have sort of pulled in closer, stepped up, and are listening intently to the conversation.
I think with everyone sort of advancing, like moving in, Luna's bard instincts are gonna like kick in, and Luna's gonna be like, I also had a vision of sorts about this dragon. I saw it rain meteors down from the sky, directly onto Over Zeif. I saw destruction. Does anyone perhaps know a dragon historian? Someone I could ask about this vision?
There's a couple of chuckles amongst the people here, but nobody answers you. But all of them are enthralled by your storytelling before that.
Didn't you see them last night?
Oh, I apologize. Didn't we see what last night?
The fire rocks from the sky.
No, not that anybody's mentioned, no. Or nothing to that effect.
Luna is going to turn towards Gearhart and sort of give like a... Well, at least we know what we saw.
Luna, before you do, roll me an insight. And this is more of a question for you, Viv, but do you remember who these people are?
They're the... I don't remember the name, but they're like the group that hired us for that position, correct? The mission we just went on?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, they're the people we did our like our first mission with, right? We were protecting that guy.
You were here for the one shot, right?
Yeah, the one
I was
shot.
not.
You were not here for the one shot.
I
Okay, this makes a
That's
lot more
true.
sense. Okay, I thought it was the same group for the one shot for some reason. Okay, so let me.
No, we had Stabby and we had Mel.
Okay.
Mel.
Okay, it makes a lot more sense why you don't know who these people are, in this case, Viv. And it makes a lot of sense why them laughing at the question was lost on you. Go ahead and roll me a performance as well, please, first off.
Okay.
Ooh, that's so close to it. All right, you I think would have started to. Wait, let me check. Perfect. That's fine. You would have started to note and put these things together. This is you're currently inside the guild hall of a group that are known as the Wormstalkers. This is particularly a hunting guild, but they have become very famous over many, many years of operation, specifically for hunting dragons.
This makes a lot of sense.
You would see lots of dragon memorabilia. Some of the party, and I'm sure that sort of stories of this have been shared with you, in the times that we don't see off screen when we're sharing watches or just in the boat. They had a different leader recently, and the one shot that we had, which involved Spark and Gearheart. Sakar, were you playing the same character? No, you were playing the other guy.
The guy, bad guy.
Yeah. But in that one, the whole one shot was basically based around protecting their leader from a group of assassins. Unfortunately, it didn't go very well. And so their recent leader was assassinated. And so Zara is newly in charge. She was the second in command until recently. But they are basically legendary dragon hunters.
They're gonna love the picture of my dragon.
They really are, yeah. There's a reason they instantly jumped on that information. They want to see that research. And so when you ask if anybody knows a lot about dragons, or particularly a historian, these guys are one of the best resources you're going to get at the City for Dragons, probably. Without going to the very inner libraries close to the palace and things like that. And I think you would once with that insight. Oh, no problem. We'll come back to you. I keep getting scared that my Renexia. So Tariq Al Sahar is the old leader that was assassinated recently. So funnily enough, that's a good one for dragons. There we go. There's 2 seconds. I don't know if something. We'll be back in a moment. Is there anything anybody else wants to ask whilst Luna till Luna comes back?
Right. Sorry about that.
No worries. This is also why I had you roll Kadira, because these guys are not ridiculously famous, but they are well known as an organization in Over Zeif, so there's a chance you would have heard of them. Which is why it was more of a sort of societal role to see if you knew of their reputation.
Where was I? I completely lost my train of thought, so sorry about that. But
well, so basically what I was saying to you is that with the interior and with the way that they respond to you asking that question, with the amount of insight and everything else that you have, I think it would become apparent to you quite quickly that these are dragon hunters.
The Wormstalkers, yeah.
They at the very least consider themselves to be very knowledgeable by their fairly arrogant response to you asking about dragons. Whether they are or not, meta-wise, they're pretty good.
I take it this is the famed Dragon Hunters Guild of Over Zeif. I haven't visited myself personally, but I've been told of it. So, with your great knowledge, do you have any information you could pass along about what we saw in the desert and what I believe I saw in my vision.
One of the others will step forward. If I may.
Go ahead.
The easiest answer to your question would be not really. There are only stories of dragons the size of that which you claim to have seen from very, very long thousands. If it is actually there, it is real, a thing that would be unimaginable, priceless, unimaginable, powerful, potentially. It soaked up any of the power of these beasts of majesty. There was only a handful of them, but they were almost primordial in nature, in the same way that fire is primordial force. You can think of these dragons as a similar being to that. Something that could birth worlds. Supreme power.
And
there's very
destroy
little
them, I take.
Or destroy them. Indeed, but there is very little actually known about these things. Only stories and rules, folk tales. You're not going to find much beyond information guarded by great worms that still exist with ancestral memory. But if you could find, they may be able to give you information on such things. Dragons have a way of remembering things from past generations that we do not have.
I take it the experts may be able to point us in the direction of one of these great worms, perhaps?
Ooh. Possibly. You will not find any great worms in Zeif, most likely. If you do, well, I thought we would have found it. So you will likely have to travel quite far for something of that ilk. Said there is a great worm far to the south in the Crystal Mists. Aware of that one. Apparently there is one in the Dreadwood, even further south than that. Another in the Hook Peninsula. I believe there is one somewhere in the mountains to the east of Perrinland. Those would be the closest. Potentially, though this is unsubstantiated, there is one to the islands off of the north shore of Zeif. A week or so sail across the lands, but to the pinnacles of Azor. But that would be a dangerous endeavor to hunt for, being out at sea.
It sounds like it. Could you perhaps provide any literature available about these ancient dragons? I'm very curious, as you would understand.
Which ones are we referring to?
The cathedral skull-sized. The ones we saw, the one we saw in the desert. Even if it's just rumor, legacy, and hearsay.
I would potentially be able to offer you something that would be of help or assistance with it. But you would have to give me a few days to put it together. No literature currently exists.
I completely understand. It's no issue if you have to acquire it.
You may be better off as well, giving us time to head into the desert, to the location you have given us. If we can find this skull, we may be able to get more information.
Understandable as well. It's quite the sight to behold, and considering you're the experts, I think you're the ones who I have the most reason to go back and visit it.
What you have given us here is... I haven't been this excited for many years.
Always happy to help.
You see people are already sort of off doing things, discussing, and you hear a lot of murmuring about the possibilities and sort of rumors and potential things that could evolve from this. Do you know what's funny is I completely forgot that your main contacts here. I forgot this for a while. Was that your main contacts here and your teleportation zone is for a famous dragon hunting guild? That slipped my mind as well. For a while I was like, where are you going to find dragon experts? And I was like, oh. I know some. You guys know some too. Anyway, it's quite amusing. But with that, Zara will step forward as this chap disappears towards the back of the room somewhat, and Zara approaches. Thank you all for your assistance here. If you need anything, let us know.
All I have to do is give you a warning. Stay out of the water.
Water?
Going up that way towards the dragon. And then I'll just explain to them about the Fae and what was going on with that.
Travels. We don't tend to travel by water, but that's very good to know. Thank you. Keep it in mind. Take extra reserves with us. Fresh water. If you need a place to stay inside the city, you're welcome to stay here.
Oh, that's quite generous of you. Thank you so much.
Of course. After what you did to help us, just realized it's still assassins. After what you did to help us, it's the least we can do. Please. Take care in the city.
Gerhardt will rip out the picture that he was just quickly drawing, and we'll hand it over to them. And I put it in the art. It's wonderful.
I was. Do you know what? I just looked. I saw that in art, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I was like, "Whatever." I didn't put it together. Go ahead and make me a painter's supplies check, please.
All right.
You have
Hopefully he
advantage
does
because
better
you
than what I
actually
can
did
do.
If anybody would like to see such beautiful artwork, it is in the art channel of the Discord. Exclamation mark Discord if you want.
So this is what they got, and they were like, "Oh my god, this is beautiful."
I mean, do you see the little planet in the background?
I'm
like, that's how big it is.
I was just feeling what they were feeling, you know.
Then Sakar tried to draw it too. Wow.
Yeah, Sakar's not a artist, right?
All right. So, either way, beautiful work. At this point, there's now a flurry of excitement. There's an intensity and an excitement in the air in this building in general that was not here before. People are excited. People are, you've brought news back to them that they are clearly very keen to explore further. But they're really paying no attention to you at this point. Is there anything else you would like to do before you leave?
I don't think so. At least Luna doesn't.
All right. You make your way out and into the city. This is a small fortified compound right at the edge. The thick walls of this place have 4 towers, one on each corner. And much like when you were here before, you can see archers, new archers, patrolling the walls. You see more people scurrying around outside, tending to animals and going about chores for the day. It's a lovely little place they have set up here. But eventually you make your way out into the city, into the old side, the parts outside of the main wall, obviously.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for a gold leaf. Well, wherever the front is, out in the old side.
Yep, you know exactly where it is. There's a fairly central sort of district area, one of the sort of local market areas of the old side. It's kind of the main square, the main hub of this place. And you know for sure that there is a small office. Being a trading company, they don't need much in the way of an actual front. Just a place to, take the occasional meetings, things along those lines. But you know where that is. It's not too far away. I'm really sorry. I've lost some stuff in my notes. Which is just annoying. Oh, here you go. Alright. I assume that you're all heading in that direction. It's the sort of fairly central part of the old side, so really if you want to go anywhere from there, it's a good place to start.
I think the rest of us would be heading towards that temple that they pointed out.
It's going to be wild to you, but it's very close by.
Whoa.
I thought the idea was that we needed to pretty some people up in order to get through whatever gates there were. So
the what's
the temple's outside the wall.
Oh, it's outside the wall.
There's don't get me wrong. There's bigger and grander temples inside, but there are some outside as well. Like I said, the old side is the size of a small city, like unto itself. So there are smaller temples on the outside. Now, whether they have the ability to do what you want is another matter, But yes, there's whole communities that would never leave the old side as you're making this. But you find yourself heading into the city fully. The vibrant life of Zeif engulfs you almost as soon as you step into the streets here. You see merchants already calling out bargains for the day. The scent of spiced meats, fresh fruits mingles in the air. And a diverse crowd surrounds you. Each person looking surprisingly well-fed, glamorous, well-dressed, intent on their own urgent errands. And there is an energy to the city that is infectious. The stark contrast to the desolate quietude that you left behind in the desert. I'm going to go ahead and pull us to a different map. This one may take a couple of seconds.
You're good.
At this point, I'm going to have some of the other party split off from you guys, if that's okay with you all.
I would request Cloud to stay with us just until we attempt to bring the other two back, knowing their skills.
Okay. I mean, they would be okay with that. A lot of the party would want to, I think, at this point, go and try and go and start talking to people about the boat, and also, checking in with other things along those lines.
Yeah, I know Zarakir would definitely leave, start looking for a boat, and if Themba had any, relatives or anything in town or friends, he'd go and kind of talk to them and tell them what happened and all sorts of things.
If Emma had very little family around the setting, really not much family at all in town. What you get when you're nomadic. But that's understandable. And can certainly do so. The rest of you make your way into the bustling district. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead. Chronic, go away. See Chronic for just a moment. Stealth stuff. Alright. Cloud is still with you as well. Is there any of the other secondary crew that you specifically want to keep with you? For Simmed, for instance?
No, he can
Sim's
go with them.
about to get himself murdered for stealing, so...
Yeah, you know... sometimes... you just gotta look for some shiny things, alright?
If you give me 2 seconds, I just need 2 minutes to throw something on here. If any of you want to discuss anything that you have just learned, feel free to take this moment. I'll be doing something.
You want to do break?
We can do break if you want. This is it's about the right time. Yeah, we can do a break. Alright, take 10 minutes. 10 minutes. We'll be back. Alright, give me plenty of time.
Alright. See you then.
Okay.
Do we need? And we'll be back very quickly.
He's awake. We can make a good trade right now.
What trade?
I feel like he's always awake.
Trading Rob for Mel.
Oh. Yeah, I'd make that trade.
Sorry.
It doesn't appear that everybody's subtitles are working anymore. Did somebody close their program?
I did not.
Well, it's yours that I'm working.
What the heck? Hello. 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 Hello.
Whoa.
I don't know why it's not working. Is it working now? Popping up on my end. Not popping up on
Many
your
a
end.
sneeze.
Manny sneeze.
Mayonnaise sneeze.
I mayonnaised in my pants.
Keep it to yourself.
Can you say that
Start
again?
talking.
Yeah. See,
I mayonnaised in my pants.
resend me your link.
Like the guy with the green cap.
Derek, how are you doing? Are you happy? Healthy enough?
Sure.
Viv, are you back with us? Are you happy, healthy and alive?
I am alive and I am eating, which is why I was muted.
Mel heard it.
All right. Beautiful. Gearhart, how you doing? Can I please have a D20 roll from you, please? Spark, can I have a D20 roll from you, please? And Kadira. From you.
Kadiri.
What am I getting? What am I rolling?
You can guess. D20, please. Five, 6.
7, 8.
Everybody,
Just
clap your
waiting
hands.
on your roll.
Oh, you did say me.
Okay. Beautiful. As you make your way into the bustling heart of the old side, there's a few things you'll pick up. Firstly, if we go by passive perceptions, we always have the same person with the highest passive perception. That's tradition now. I think it's going to be that way for some time. You hear Kadira. Sorry, it wasn't obvious. No. You hear somebody over talking about there is rumors spreading around the city that similar to events that you saw, celestial events and celestial bodies have been foretold by important people inside the city who have soon be bringing ruin and destruction to the city itself. It's not enough that people are actually starting to panic, but certainly it's like on the edges with conspiracy theorists, and it's enough that it's provoked a response from the guard in the city. Seemingly, it is forbidden to spread these rumors and conspiracies around at the moment. Beyond that, there is, as you're walking up, Gearhart, somebody approaches you. Somebody that you do not recognize. You see older looking gentleman, white and beige clothing with a beautiful like light blue sash, who as you're walking through the city or starting to approach, approaches you. Excuse me, man of metal. You look like quite the learned, cert, refined palate, literary scholar, perhaps, an artist, one who can see the world differently to others. Would I be right in thinking so?
I do draw sometimes, yes. Good morning.
Good morning. I imagine you're darn good at it too. Am I right?
I would say so.
Fascinating. What is your name, good sir?
My name is Gearhart. What is yours?
I am Zyle. It is a pleasure to meet you. And he bows deeply. Where did you acquire the name Gearhart?
I made it myself.
Truly a fine scholar. Very intelligent man. Create your own name is a work of creation. So beautiful that so few get to experience it.
Would you like me to draw you something?
I would be willing to enter a trade. I have rare books available at the moment. Would you be interested in perusing my selection?
Are there pictures in them?
No.
Then I would not like them. I'm sorry.
Are any of your friends into books?
Dracus likes to read. Dracus, this guy has books. Would you like some?
Maybe another time. Currently, we have a little, too much on our plate.
I have the rarest of books, banned by the Sultan himself, because he does not want the people to be too knowledgeable.
Can I size this guy up?
Sure. What are you trying to gather?
Whether he's a charlatan or not. Whether he's a charlatan or is more, or an idiot for saying this stuff out loud in the street.
Roll me insight. 100% a charlatan. He's just trying to hawk you some books. Yeah. You can see
now we've got plenty to see.
I have books on all sorts of mysterious things, ancient alchemy of long forgotten recipes, and books on draconic rituals of power that will make you more young and virile. I have a whole codex full of forgotten spells, including...
Luna looks intrigued about the draconic books and just looks over. It's like, if we buy the draconic book, will you leave us alone?
Of course. It offers all sorts of insights onto ceremonial practices used to draw upon draconic ley lines.
Where's the nearest guard?
Not too far away, but like, I would say, a good sort of 100 feet from you at this point.
How much do you want for this book?
The book is 200 gold.
I could do 50.
Roll me persuasion. Like I actually have to fucking ask. Of course, for you.
May I see it first?
Only. Yeah. He hands. He doesn't. He actually, I think he will just attempt to ignore you at this point, Kadira, and just hands the book to Luna quickly, and puts a hand up it sort of expectantly for the money, just trying to get the trade done, quick.
Yeah, I hand him the money and take the book. I'm like, that's no problem, fine.
It's a wonderful book. And he is there at this point going to scamper off as quickly as he can. Are you doing anything to actually stop him, or unless you physically...
Can I grab him by the fucking collar immediately, please?
It will be a contested check. Go ahead and make me an athletics check. This is just a commoner, so he doesn't have particularly high stats. Oh, damn, okay. Unless he rolls a natural 20 as well, he does not. All right. Yeah, with ease. I mean, he clearly isn't that fast on his feet. He doesn't seem to be the healthiest individual around. And so as he goes to duck away, you just grab him by the back. Yeah, with
I'm going to grab him by the collar, and with my other hand, I'm going to yank the coin purse out of his hand.
Open the book. Now.
Luna opens the book.
Do I look inside and see obviously nothing useful?
No, actually. You can roll me an investigation. At very first glance, the book is full of what it says it's full of.
Gerhard, could you do me a favor?
I cannot read it if that's what you'd like.
No, I want you to grab this man if he tries to escape.
Am I still holding a dead body?
Yes.
Dude, I'm still holding 2 dead bodies. Oh no, Luna
has the other one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So we're very clearly
I don't know.
holding dead bodies, and we're just gonna. I'm gonna ask the guy holding the corpse to keep an eye on him as we examine the book quickly.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, what do you want to examine in the book? I'll need to check if you want to examine it.
Yeah, I'm
like
gonna
at very first glance,
investigate
it seems to be.
fuck.
It seems to
I
be.
would say I would help.
If you're helping Spark, then roll me Arcana, because this is dealing with magic after all. Kazira, you just simply don't know enough about magic to differentiate if this is to know if this is bullshit or not.
No.
It seems like it could be legit,
Only half paying attention.
Spark, you skim over this, and actually, this is quite fitting. With just a skim over this, this is fully how you would expect rituals to be sort of written out, and it actually does follow a lot of magical it genuinely does follow a lot of magical guidelines to the point where, they're not rituals you recognize, but they could be legitimate.
I'm going to, with my hand still on this guy,
Yeah.
I'm gonna yank him to face me, and then my hand softens, and I'm gonna rustle the bells on my wrists and kick up a very intoxicating perfume, and I'm gonna attempt to enthrall this man.
Okay. I'm not sure where this is going, but I'm sure.
Cast a level. Cast spell.
He's just a man trying to make a living.
I know he's just a man trying to make a living. Unfortunately, I think he's hawking real draconic ritual books. I want to know where the fuck he got them from.
You even
and it's clear that everyone else here also thinks they're real draconic ritual books, which makes this man even more interesting. Honestly, I was about to turn him into the guard, but now he's interesting to me.
Okay. Firstly, let's get ignore the save on that, because I'm just using a generic stat block, which he's fairly generic, but not that generic. But I will roll one for you in a second. Actually, I'll take the same number, which I think is a 2, so it's not going to make it anyway. But do roll me a flat d20.
This isn't magic.
Okay. Okay, cool. That's fine. Alright, well, so he fails.
I'm so sorry for the rough treatment. I thought you might be some kind of charlatan, but it's clear that this book is legitimate, is it not?
Give me 2 seconds. I just want to read specifically what this says here. You read the strength. You range. You can hear any creature can't be charmed succeeds. On failed save, the target has disadvantage on perception checks made to perceive any creature other than you. That's what it is.
Oh, is that what it is? I thought it was like a friend spell.
Well, I mean, I do take charmed as being a little bit generic as well, so it will still help you. So, to perceive other than you until the spell ends or until the target. So yeah, I mean, this is kind of, I guess it's kind of meant to be a distraction spell, but I will still take this into account.
Sorry, I was under the impression that it was like a
That's
tell me
all right.
what I want to know.
just because charm spells often like specify a little bit more specifically like what they do whilst charmed. That's fine. He looks at you. What was the question you asked specifically? Sorry.
The question I asked was,
I'm so sorry. I thought you were a charlatan. It's clear that this book is legitimate to the extremes. I was wondering if you would answer a question or two about its legitimacy.
For you? Yeah, I can answer the questions. What do you need to know?
Thank you so kindly. I was wondering where you came across such a book. You mentioned that some organization didn't want us to have it out in the streets.
He'll lean in closer to you at this point. Yeah, the Sultan doesn't like the people being knowledgeable. He wants us dumb.
I see. And you must have acquired this book from somewhere.
This one came from a friend. I've got a few people that I know that provide these books from all over the world. The people are.
Hmm.
I'm going to roll an insight. Do I win?
You don't get the sense he, like, it seems like it very much seems like he doesn't want to lie to you. That's the first thing, right? But he's clearly not telling you everything. You can feel that he's being careful about the words he uses to make it a little bit misleading. So whilst it's not outright a lie, he's being vague.
What did he say specifically? He said that he has friends that gave him this
He has
book.
friends from all over the world that provide these books for him.
I look like directly into his eyes, and I'm going to sort of have a sad mixed with disappointed look on my face.
You know, it isn't pleasant to lie, and I am mildly disappointed. I thought that this would be a legitimate book.
No, the book is legitimate. That's a lie. That's just a string.
Oh.
Do I hear him say this?
Yeah, I mean, you. I would need an insight from you, Spark, but he definitely says the book is legitimate. Yeah, with the modifier as well. No, you believe in this legitimate, and from the little you've seen, like I said, it definitely could be. From a strictly like magical point of view, the rituals in this book make sense.
Luna's curiosity is definitely piqued, and she's going to sort of approach the bookseller and say, "So you say the Sultan wants these books banned? Is that correct?"
He nods enthusiastically. Yeah, that's right. He wants to keep us dumb. He doesn't want people to know the secrets of the world.
Whilst I don't disagree, I imagine that the men that forged this book probably weren't affiliated at all with the Sultan.
No affiliation to the Sultan. As I said, he doesn't want us sharing this work. He fears it.
Young man,
He's
your
not that
pitch
bad,
is
but yeah. It's fine, sorry. Not relevant.
Your pitch is incredibly good. You have forged this lie very well, and I appreciate talent when I see it. But given that I know how expensive this book was to make, why don't we cut down the price? And you can still take something with you. Yes? For there are guards approaching, and it would be a shame to let a man so talented in the word of mouth.
Roll me a persuasion with advantage.
Swaztekers.
Really helpful that advantage.
Pair of 18s.
He looks between you and Luna and sort of searches for guards, and there's a hesitant, quick over-the-shoulder glance to where Gearheart is, so close by as well. Okay, 40
In
gold.
gold.
The book costs more than that to produce.
25?
I could do 30, please.
Luna?
I'm going
Pretty
to
seems acceptable.
with the coin pouch that I now have still in my hand that I took from him. I'm going to, with the nimble fingers of someone who has handled a lot of money in her life, count out quickly. Siphon 20 gold out of the pouch into two small fingerfuls of 10, which I'm still holding between my thumb and two fingers. And I'm going to quickly swipe up the top of the coin purse, put it in his hand, and release my grip.
He does so, and he looks at the gold, clearly trying to count it quickly. And as he looks up, you see him pull something from a bag at his side. For the other 20, I could give you Chronicles of the Pyre. It's all about ancient dragon wars.
I'm afraid, young man.
Actually, wait. You fucking bitch.
Just go.
And he sort of offers the book towards you, Luna.
Just go.
Already sort of backing away.
It's okay.
No.
It's okay. We don't need it.
Okay, seeing this, he does so. He's very much for trying his luck, but will pocket it again and again scurries off into the alleyway.
Luna, I cannot say for certain, given that book looks incredibly legitimate, but I would not get your hopes up to its having all the answers that you wish for.
It may not have the answers, but perhaps the stories will be interesting.
I hope so.
If nothing
There are
else,
some
it is
incredibly talented
well-made.
forgers. Incredibly talented forgers and charlatans on these streets. It's a shame they cannot put their skills to better use. I meant to remember that boy.
I
I
don't
find him one day.
understand. I don't understand who makes books without pictures.
Honestly, neither do I, Gearheart. Pictures make the story pop.
You need to find a good artist.
Maybe I can read these stories to you, Gearheart, and you'll draw the pictures for the next edition.
I can do that.
Gearheart. I don't know how much. I don't know how much this would interest you. Although there's strictly speaking no pictures in this book, as it is opened, it was opened once or twice. There are no pictures, but there are like ritual patterns. So there's very intricate like patterned designs throughout.
Oh, he would definitely do that.
Whole page of like circular, runic, sort of arcane symbols.
As you're
well drawn.
As you're flipping through it and he sees like that page, he's gonna like stop you from flipping. What do these mean?
Perhaps I'm not the one to ask. And then Luna will turn towards Spark and say, the expert, would you like to give this a read?
The way Kajiro's talking, I don't think any of this is actually real. Calling
Real
them
or
out,
not?
huh?
The person who wrote it clearly knew what they were doing. You cannot create a forgery without, actually reading up a little on the source material.
And I will add that with your Arcana check earlier, when I say that it looks realistic, whoever wrote this book has had to have had some like wizard training to even get the rituals to look this. Like even if they don't do anything, they look so authentic. They must have had actual wizard training. Whoever wrote this. Yeah. Oh, at least to a very low level to know what it should look like.
Yep. I'll take a read of it later.
Sounds fun. Perhaps we'll find someone who's curious about the literature that the Sultan doesn't want people to know.
There's plenty that the Sultan and his cronies don't want the common folk to know.
Perhaps that's right.
So where are we heading first? The chapel or the gold leaf?
I say the
I
chapel.
think the chapel. Maybe it's best we don't carry so many corpses around for too much longer.
Do you have the money? I believe the average resurrection is the cost of the diamond plus the cost of the people, so at least 400.
Think so?
Yeah, we have the money.
Fantastic. Let's get started then.
Where's the chapel from here?
Sorry, give me 2 moments. I just want to... I just need to double check something very quickly. It's very important. Genuinely very important, which is why I just need to double check this. I am messaging.
Oh, it's not me. Who is it?
It's not me.
Not me.
It's me.
It's always
Sounds
Rob,
wrong.
isn't it?
I'll be so damn talkative this session. It's just taking all of this.
Can confirm. Alright, it's not me.
It's not me.
Shit! Oh boy, this is juicy.
Alright.
God.
Ooh. Ooh!
What's happening?
Spark, to give you a little bit more, the ritual that you happen to be on is Echoes of the Worm's Roar. It's a ritual that summons a spectral dragon to fight alongside the caster for a very short period of time. It is an extensive ritual that takes 6 hours to cast, including requiring the preparation of a full-scale model of the dragon made from precious metals and gems, and the recanting of an ancient draconic invocation in Draconic during a solar eclipse.
Damn.
You can quickly pick up with your intelligence, Spark. These rituals seem to be all very difficult to actually make happen. Presumably, so there's plausible deniability when they don't work. Funny. All right, I have. If anybody needs to reply to me about any of that, feel free.
All right. I'll type up my response. He's making me beg for my life.
Oh, I thought you were going to type Derek smells like goat cheese.
We don't even have to say it anymore. We just know.
The temple is over here.
That's so far.
Let's get to the temple.
We're gonna get stopped about 20 times.
How did you know?
So, Miss Luna, what did you do
Yes.
before all of this adventure?
I was just a bard in a tavern.
Ah, we had so many of those. I do wish I could have heard you in my tavern back when it was open.
Well, perhaps after this is all done and I'm old and withered, we can give that a go again.
Old and withered? My. If you're old and withered, I'd be far worse than that.
Well, not yet, but one day I shall be.
I suppose before that day comes, you wish to roam the earth?
So why not?
A fair point. I must admit, I like my roaming, but the comforts of home have always held more sway. I just wish that Zeif was a little less turbulent. Are you from here?
More or less.
Ah,
Traveled a bit before here, but stayed here quite some time. Very familiar with Over Zeif, as it were.
To be clear, how rich does Luna look?
Luna?
I would say like well off, but not flashy. Like comfortable, but not like rich. Let's say.
Which, to be fair, in the context of the city you're in, probably on the lower end. And if you want to change your answer with that, Luna, feel free. But like, appearance is a big thing in yours.
I think currently Luna is trying to keep sort of a low profile and isn't trying to draw so much attention to herself. So she's trying to sort of not necessarily blend in, but sort of look like your average bard.
If I can add something to that, I think that knowing that, and Kadira with your skill set, etc., I think you could see that that's probably an intentional play down, most likely.
so you played in mini bars?
I traveled for sure.
What is the most opulent place you performed in? I was once a dancer. I think this is a worthy competition, given how hard you play.
Oh, I wouldn't say I played any place that opulent. Maybe, just your average bard, you know?
Ah.
If you would be on my, appearances, let's say.
Any places strange or interesting?
Oh, I think every place could be strange and interesting if you pay enough attention.
I suppose.
I want to ask Luna a question.
Yeah.
Is this deliberate attempts at misdirection? or
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
If at any, just to, as we have introed it very quickly, if at any point you want me to provide you with places or anything like that, Luna, I'll send you a meeting. But do feel free to.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't want to, just in case that it was like I can't think of anything at the time. I didn't want to assume, but the evasion is palpable. Oath of Deflection, Paladin.
There was this one time, shortly after I lost my inn. I was desperate for work, and I got an opportunity for a short while to perform in the old town.
Ah, the old town.
Gorgeous bars.
Oh, for sure. I bet they paid very generously.
I was staying at the time, living and working there. I was a dancer, you see. And some men of unpleasant inclination took a liking to me, so I left that job after some time. But it was good money whilst I was there. And when I got out, as it happens, a couple of my previous associates gave me a job in the Gold Leaf. Quite the career, now I think of it.
You enjoy your work at the Gold Leaf more than you enjoy dancing?
Dancing has a freedom to it, but it depends on where you're dancing. In the places in the old town, the people there, they struggle to feel like people more than strange overlords. Must be the wealth. Money changes people. I've seen it a few times. But
I've witnessed that as well. Its performance may be fun, but no one likes to be looked down upon.
I preferred my audience back when I was just an innkeeper. Naturally, I would dance along with the rest of the performers. It was far more casual, though. I was no professional back then.
I think it's always more fun to have companions when performing. Perhaps one day we can throw a performance somewhere.
I hope so. As for the Gold Leaf, my talents are more in diplomacy there, and trade. As an innkeeper, it was my job to know what something cost. I ran it largely by myself, so it's not like I was outside of the... It's not like I left my ledgers to others.
It's true. I've seen you work with money, and I've seen your diplomacy, and both are incredibly admirable.
I do appreciate it. Though, I was rather hoping to see a couple of your diplomatic skills. I mean, you played that charlatan like a fiddle. Up until the moment you paid, admittedly, but that's just my opinion.
Perhaps. Its curiosity may have gotten the better of me, and even a fraudulent book can tell a story. And bards are always looking for a story.
If he continues to hang around this area, I might try and speak to the boy. Try and find out who his suppliers were. Forgers like that are not easy to come by.
Oh, certainly not. Perhaps like to see more of him as well. His suppliers seem interesting to me.
Well, we'll have to
Perhaps-
remember him for some other time.
Perhaps we'll see him again later.
Are we at all closer to the church at this point?
Yeah, but I'm just enjoying this. Let me group you up.
How did you meet the rest of these? They all look incredibly like mercenary types, but you seem slightly different.
Well, I
You're
saw a posting on a job board and seemed like fun.
Ah. And your magic? Presumably you learned it from young.
More or less.
But magic, as I've heard, is rather difficult to learn.
I took quite a taking to it. Perhaps I'm just a natural.
You look it. You carry yourself with a very specific air. Perhaps you were born to be nobility.
Oh, I don't think that. I was an orphan when I was young and was always telling stories to anyone who would listen for coin, and eventually just grew my skills. As my coin purse grew, I suppose.
And were you always a fighter as well, or is that more recent?
I wouldn't say I've been much of a fighter in the past. Well, except for maybe when I was really young, scrounging for food, but recently I've been able to make ends meet, at least, with my work as a bard.
Yes, scrounging must have been difficult, especially back... well, it depends on where you live, I suppose. There have been some interesting reforms of late. Zeif has become far more prosperous at the expense of everywhere else.
Perhaps. But Over Zeif is my home now, and I've taken quite the liking to it.
Absolutely. It's just a shame that so many people beyond Zeif were driven out of their homes as the tax rates rise, and the guards can no longer protect them. And seeing so many migrants and traveling from far is bringing people together, many of whom have a common hatred for those above. It's a shame. I hope it doesn't evolve into anything worse than it is.
I understand. It's... hopefully things stay civil and peaceful around here, but I'm sure...
Well, with your dreams of dragons tearing the place down...
Well, dragons certainly seem a lot more destructive than overtaxation and migrants, but both can definitely cause damage if not managed properly.
True.
Sure.
Dragons, on the other hand, an external threat. It sort of brings people together, brings out the best in people to face a common enemy in a crisis. Even the
You have a
worst
point there.
Even the worst types tend to show their heroic side, use their skills to help others. Other than sociopaths, there are plenty of good people forced to do unruly jobs to survive, to support themselves. Discontent amongst the people tears people apart. It tends to weaken you right at the moment you need to be strongest. I do hope the Sultan knows what he is doing.
We all hope that, I think. It's always different when a new leader takes charge, but hopefully things work out for the best.
Of course.
At this point, to be clear. Ping. This is the steps to the temple. Everyone just- Very good.
I think personally I would really appreciate not carrying this corpse around. Maybe we should head into the temple.
Well, I mean, that's where we've been walking. I do apologize for dumping it on you.
Oh,
if
no,
you
it's
are
okay.
getting tired, I can carry it for you.
It's not quite tired. It's more, well, it's a bit embarrassing.
Gerhardt will
can
just
feel
walk
people
over.
staring.
Gerhardt will just walk over and like start grabbing Parathis off of you.
That's quite all right. We're already here. I've managed this far. I can keep going.
But you are embarrassed, no?
Well, once we get inside, maybe it'll be better.
Go ahead and everybody make your way.
There are far more guards here than usual. I imagine that the nobility are cracking down on the rumors. You'd better keep your, well, if I were you, I'd keep your vision to yourself. Anyone in a position of authority is likely to take it the wrong way, Luna.
I can see what you mean. Perhaps only the people who need to know should be told.
It's going to take us way too long to walk all the way around this place. Can we just teleport there, please? Or is
What
there
do you
some?
mean? I don't think there are any walls in the way. You could have just gone straight across the pond if you wanted.
Yeah,
I was thinking of doing that. Like,
aware of
literally
this.
just walking through it.
This is the temple. I dragged you most
Yeah,
of the way. This is quite a large map.
Yeah, no, I'm aware.
Yeah.
I just walking and talking becomes difficult. I am not a multitasker, even so much as walking is difficult for me in these games.
That's fair. I can 100% drag you guys. It's not.
What's
I'm
good?
under
We have
a tree.
bodies.
I don't say that.
All right. Yo. So, as you all make your way
cool,
across
I'm
the town
underneath
square,
the tree.
finishing up your conversations, you step into the Temple of Istus. Yep, didn't get Istus right. All right. The goddess of fate. You find yourself surrounded by serene and awe-inspiring space. The temple is vast, semi-circular, very open. So you walk into this beautiful courtyard with the sound of trickling water. It's open to the sky and sunlight floods in. It's white marble almost everywhere. And it's warm, dappled with light. This tree providing shade for much of the entrance. You see mosaics all over the walls depicting the weavings of fate in beautiful artwork. Shimmerings of gold and azure tiles. The center of the temple with this sort of beautiful little water garden where water lilies float in reflective pools and the fountains murmur quiet. The whole space has incense burning and just the beautiful smells of the desert and the chimes inviting meditation and reflection. Seeing you enter after a few moments, somebody that is very clearly a priest steps. Welcome to the temple. You bring bodies. Do you need help, friends?
We certainly do.
Nods.
They've passed recently, and we would greatly appreciate being able to, if you could find us a healer who could resurrect these two. We have money, of course.
I am most sorry for your loss. Resurrection is usually a service we can provide. Would you mind sharing with me when they died?
It would have been... Yeah, yesterday.
Less than a day ago.
We believe it is not their time.
That is for Istis to know. Only Istis. Fate can be an unpredictable thing at times.
These words are true.
If they died only yesterday, the magic to bring them back is not too difficult. But you have to understand that we live in troubling times. Please, step into the chair. You step in, you see a singular champion of Zeif standing almost like a statue at the edge of the temple. And there's one or two other people in here that are seemingly praying or reading. And as you make your way in, priest sits on the edge of this sort of slightly raised pool here. Turns to face all of you. Resurrection is unpredictable. Slightly different to what it was just months ago. With the sun dimming in the sky, we live in perilous times. Even if the soul is willing to return, which we have to understand it might not be. I cannot guarantee you that a resurrection will. We can, of course, try. You have to understand that it might not.
I think it's worth the attempt, at least.
There is a charge. As crass as it may sound, we have to cover our expenses and for the upkeep of the temples.
Mm-hmm.
Considering how recently they died, the price will be 1,000 gold.
Healthcare continues to become more expensive.
I'm willing to pay for Karathis.
I can pay
I will
for set.
pay for set.
We can split it, Gearhart.
There is always the possibility to try more than once. I do have the ability to cast the spell you need, but I am only able to do so once per day. Beyond that, too taxing. Do you need to do this as quickly as possible?
Do you mean you can only resurrect one person per day?
That is correct.
Would it be a greater charge to ask you to resurrect both in one day?
You can see there's a look of not quite fear, but anxiety, I guess, over the thought of doing so. And you can see there's some deep thinking going on inside him. I
Worry
might
not.
be able to.
Worry not. I assume the rest of us do not need them back urgently. It seems I do not know as much of magic as I thought.
I could do such a thing, but the charge to do so, because of the risk, would be considerably more.
Of course.
For
If you only resurrect one a day, how should I phrase this? How many attempts would you have per body?
in theory, limitless, but we don't know that for sure. The recent troubles that we've had have made it unpredictable, and strictly speaking, there hasn't been enough experimentation. But my position is that I will not try more than 3 times per person.
I think that is fair, considering the risks that performing magic have shown in recent times.
If you would like me to resurrect one person, it would be 1,000 gold. If you would like me to resurrect a second on the same day, it would be 5,000 for the second person.
Let's wait till tomorrow for our attempt to resurrect Set. Yes?
I think that is fair.
There's no need to overexert the priest.
I cannot do the ritual this moment, either way. You would need to give me an hour to prepare, to get the materials I need to prepare everything. Leave the body
have
with me.
I have an appointment to keep regardless. Would you all accompany me? Can we leave the bodies here?
I suppose so, as long as they will be kept safe.
Your friends will be safe.
Thank you so much, priest.
If I may be so bold, I require 500 gold up front to purchase the materials, including diamond. It does not come cheap.
Gerhardt will just reach into his pouch and hand it over right away.
Please go ahead and deduct that.
I already did, that's why I said it.
Perfect. With that, you lay the bodies on these sort of stone benches that he has. You can see he moves to them and begins, in part, rewrapping them, and fetches some more cloth. You can see it's just a higher quality cloth. And it doesn't seem to be anything for the spell itself or for the casting. It's simply a sign of respect as he begins to rewrap it. This is something that the priests are taught.
Mm-hmm.
And brings out a few bottles of incense as well, and will start to treat the body and prepare it for the ritual, which is no easy feat. But you can see he goes about his work, not needing really any input and looking to you for input. There's a moment where you stand and watch before you realize you're not needed here. You're free to leave. But that's up to you.
As Gerhardt put down Set, and then I'm guessing Luna puts down Carathis, he'll look at both of them and just kind of put his hand on both of their shoulders. It is okay. You both are in good hands now. And then he'll turn and walk away.
Okay. You each make your way out of the temple. Please do not move. No, it's fine. Just stay where you are for a moment.
Arrow formation.
You have a moment to discuss as you exit and start moving you towards where you need to go.
If we want to get all of you into the walls, we're going to need to pretty one of you up. Sakar,
Yeah.
have you ever been to a tailor?
A long time ago.
Well, whilst the leather greaves and the duster coat are charming as ever, and very useful for your purposes, I'm afraid we might need to get you something a little bit more...
Appropriate?
Appropriate is a very good word.
I suppose I could do that.
Gerhard also... I'm not certain clothes will help. Perhaps simply polishing his surface? How do we...
I mean, he doesn't look like this picture, so would Gerhardt be a problem with his new armor?
I have no idea what Gerhard looks like as occurring to me.
I have like adamantine armor on now, pretty much.
You would still be an
Let's see.
issue. So I understand that you don't look exactly like this, but I had assumed you kept at least a similar design,
Yeah.
structure-wise. Which is, I mean, it's interesting. You're interesting enough that you might be able to pass, but it's just not an instant guarantee. It would take some sort of like persuasion to get you in, but it might be okay without anything else.
If we edited your armor slightly to make you seem in full plate with the helm, we need to get you a helm. Additionally, a few more cloth in between your joints to make you seem like a bodyguard. It would make it far easier to fit you into a noble congregation. My apologies, I have not explained myself. I will take up the appearance of a more noble lady. I found from young that it is much easier to get where you want to if everyone believes they are beneath you. And the easiest way to achieve this is to dress very well. So, my people at the Gold Leaf will have some very expensive fabrics.
As you're saying this, Gerhardt's going to reach into his bag and grab the jacket that Sakar gave him a long time ago and just start trying to put it on.
Underneath his armor. Over his armor.
Over his armor. It's just starting to rip, but he's trying to put it on.
Yeah, to be clear, he doesn't actually have armor. It's just his body. You know?
Yeah.
Does it look like plate, though?
I mean, like close enough, yeah.
So if we prettied it up a little bit with some fine fabrics between the joints,
Yeah. So
And-
I mean, this is the thing with with knights, for instance. Just a knight in full plate would probably still not be allowed in because they expect there to be like trim to it or like decoration, and even like something like cape.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
Fine fabrics. Yeah.
sashes, fine fabrics.
If you add that
between
stuff,
the joints,
he'll be fine.
A nice ceremonial helmet, that kind of thing.
I mean, at least he's made out of mithril now.
I mean, to put it in some perspective,
That's what it was.
Doesn't need to be polished.
is one of the standard. These aren't even high up. This is your lowest rank.
Yeah. That's some mad armor for the lowest rank of knight.
The
just
lowest
like
rank
that.
of knight. Knight is still a fairly well respected. Like you have lower guards and foot soldiers, but the lowest rank of knight.
Right then, should we get on to the gold leaf?
I think so.
Let us be off then.
I almost took that NPC with you.
Zoom.
I'm feeling
Just
zoomy.
walked through the pond.
All right. You get to this this small building, which is marked as a gold plaque on the outside. Beautifully built, sturdy place that just reads Gold Leaf Trading Company. Golden plaque. No further information.
I suspect they're going to think I have failed in my mission, considering I'm back a week early.
Wouldn't that be pleasant news for your employers?
Pleasant enough. I wonder if they've scrounged my payment together. Additionally, I don't know who will be here. There's a young man named Arwen, I believe. He is sort of a tailor of sorts. I'd want to meet him for this particular thing. Though they're likely to have some of my old performing costumes and clothes here, so I should be able to scrounge together the materials we need to disguise ourselves.
I suppose so.
I walk in, and the second I walk in, I'm going to immediately switch into Thieves' Cant.
Okay.
And you guys hear me like a lot of business drivel. Like the second I see the first person who I recognize the people on the inside, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm immediately going to switch into like a business drivel and just start chatting about my it's like the books and ledgers and my experience out in the world, but I'm going to slip between them a few anecdotes about previous assignments before I left the city. And in those Thieves' Cant sections, I am going to mention that the people with me are not to be trusted with any gold leaf information.
Okay.
And the first person I introduce, I will mention in Thieves' Cant that this one in particular is not to be trusted, and I'm going to introduce Luna.
Yeah.
Okay. You are welcomed in as you sort of make your way in. Narissa is very quick to usher you all in and sort of promptly pull you into the building.
Is that Arwen there, or is that somebody else? That is Arwen. Fantastic.
You can see he was at his desk where he often is. And I'll give you a little bit of a better description. Make your way in. I'll close the door in a second. But as you make your way in, this is a small office, compact, tucked away in the bustling commercial district of.
What was
this
the other one
part of the
called?
city.
Narissa.
However, for such a small place, you can see there's a complexity to the operations here. Just as you make your way in, this is clearly a multifaceted building. It seems to have an actual kitchen in it, wine racks. There is decadent materials and beautiful stone carvings. This is a place of wealth here. And you see as you all round the corner, all to the right of you, to your left on the map, there it is this a beautiful office. Very highly, efficiently organized, as you can see, maps, what appear to be like thick trading ledgers and scrolls spread across mahogany shelves and desks here, lined with various trade goods. You can see small samples of what seems to be sort of exotic spices and bits of textiles that showcases diverse business interests here. And you see a fairly simply dressed individual, but very elegantly dressed. Despite the fact that his outfit is very simple, those of you in the know can tell that these materials are very expensive, very well cut as well, intricate in their nature. And it's a place of small but comfortable surroundings. You can see small sort of pieces of art from all over. Little interesting trinkets at every turn. Arwen stands as he sees you.
Arwen!
An interesting mix of emotions to see you.
Absolutely, a full week early. The goblins, they were most hospitable. Additionally, they have agreed to, well, our trade deal with them and our ability to move through their lands.
And I'm going to do a quick hand signal in Thieves' Cant saying, and all of our other requests. But it's in front of me, so the others can't see it.
Wonderful. Well, those emotions have become a little less complicated. It is a pleasure. I will sort out some things for you soon that we need to settle in your payment.
I appreciate it.
Such a
Though,
for instance.
I would be willing to take a cut off of that payment to ask your services. It's been some time since I got a tailoring job from you. I was wondering if I could have a rush order for a job of minor importance. Thought I'd take a few days off to aid the people that aided me in getting home so fast.
I assume that the people you refer to are the ones that have come to visit.
Quite absolutely. Unfortunately, their particular expedition ended in some difficulty. The lands to the south are getting far more dangerous, especially the river, fake creatures and all.
You ran out into Fae in the steppe?
Quite.
You can see there's a lot of thought going on, but clearly nothing he can say. And he takes a seat. Please, have a seat. Nerissa, wine, please. And it's not long before glasses of wine are poured and each of you are offered one. So, tell me a little more. What is it that you need from me now?
Well, we were trying to get myself and all of the rest into the walls. Naturally, I'm still here to pick up all of my previous belongings, since I'm no longer on the move. But I was wondering, in particular, my good friend Sakar here, he needs a good tailor.
I'm going to sort of point over to Sakar and illustrate the issue.
Come on.
Yes, you are not going to get far in the city dressed like that. No harm. We can certainly help.
Additionally, I have a very unique friend. Gerhard? Are you snooping?
I am fascinated with these paintings.
They are quite good, aren't they?
I really like this one.
Oh, which one's that?
Is this Zeif?
Give us a description of the painting. The wide variety.
It's a painting of a desert city, but there's more like color and there's more like water and stuff. It was probably like Zeif back in the day, like a long time ago. It's not as like big as it is now. If it is even Zeif. But yeah, it's like a desert city.
I'm going to turn to Narissa and I'm going to ask what sounds in common like,
Is this one already putting up for trade?
which in Thieves' Cant is, oh, do we have messages behind the fabric of this painting? Or has it not yet been?
Just a simple souvenir. There is and you would know this as well. Anything here is safe. Unless they start actually.
Fair enough.
But anything publicly out here, this is very much a place that lots of people go to.
Well, you're welcome to barter with Arwen about it. In all likelihood, he'll drive a hard bargain, so be prepared to haggle.
My brother painted that picture. With sentimental value. I'll part
I
with it.
apologize.
Oh no, I don't like my brother that much. I'll part with it, but it will be expensive.
Shame.
I do not want the painting. Where is your brother?
My brother. No idea. We haven't spoken for a few years.
If you hear from him, could you tell him I'm looking for him? I would like to learn some of these strokes, and I'll just kind of point to the picture. I don't know how to do that.
I will let him know.
Is this your home, Kadira?
I suppose it could be interpreted as such, but not really. I have a home elsewhere in the city, but it's not extravagant. It's just the place that I sleep. Often I keep my belongings here because it's far less likely to be broken into. Additionally, Arwen, my friend Gerhard is obviously a strange being. I would like to dress him up as a ceremonial guard. I was thinking the old noble lady routine might get us all in much easier. If we can disguise his moving parts behind some nice cloth, set him up with perhaps a cape or a sash with the nice fabrics, and get him a plumed helmet. Do you think that would be enough?
As long as they are well done, I think that's what we will.
How much are our expensive garbs going for these days? 20, 30 gold?
You can spend as much as you want. So much you want to go into it. The minimum that I would recommend. Which part of the city are you looking to go into?
Well, my greatest intention is that we'll be able to get basically anywhere.
Ooh.
I know. I can talk my way through some of the larger gates, but...
Well, if you're wanting to go anywhere, I would not recommend spending less than 50 gold.
Each?
Of course.
Very much. Okay.
So, just to give you context, fine clothing by the book, 6 gold for an outfit.
Yeah, this is high fashion clothing.
Yeah, but like that's fine clothing for most places, which is probably what people are sort of generally wearing in this area of the city, right? But to get really anywhere, you are looking at like the Barrington, which they're like 50 gold. Fine.
Perhaps I should demonstrate to them the level of opulence that we'll be talking about. Do you still have my noble attire in the back room?
Of course.
Okay.
Everything that you left is still here.
Wonderful. Could you do me a favor and take Sakar's sizes whilst I change?
Of course.
Sakar, behave and leave your guns by the door.
Alright, fine.
I'm going to head into the back room. Could I ask you to post an image in the game chat? Ty. For the benefit of everyone else. Give it to you.
What do you mean in the foundry? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, unless you don't have that module attached to your phone.
Yeah, we'll just take it.
Okay. I'm going to use a near white dye, and I'm going to drop it into my ring. And my skin is going to turn a very pinkish pale. Extremely fair. I'm going to use a pair of eye drops to make my eyes a bright golden colour. Redo my makeup and a couple of jewellery which reshape my face, sort of like adhesives, to make my face look slightly different. And there are some large golden ornaments. One large one which wraps all the way around the upper side of my body, and a large headdress which looks almost like the head of a cobra. A long flowing white gown with golden ornaments quilted like a cushion.
Dang.
Yeah. I'm going to come out in maybe 10-15 minutes, looking like this, walking completely differently to before. No longer wearing the bells on my wrists, instead wearing golden cuffs. My nails have changed to long golden, almost claws. And I carry myself with a incredibly different air, like one of superiority and not taking any interest at all in people lesser than me.
What are people's
That's quite the trick. Certainly almost look like a different person. And then I'm going to use my mask charm to cast Disguise Self on myself.
Are you addressing me, child? Speak up. And use your proper nouns.
I didn't realize you were such nobility. All of a sudden.
What do you mean, all of a sudden? Arwen, who is this girl?
referring to Luna?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
Or is this his ability to play along with my little trick here?
He will stop and take a look at Luna. And there's a moment where it really feels very, very judgmental. Luna, like he is taking in every ounce of you in this moment. And you can feel his eyes do really pry as he takes it down. From what I can tell, nobody important.
In that case, and I trust Arwen's judgment, you have no cause to talk to me. Now excuse me.
And I'm going to go find a nice sofa to sit on.
All right.
And once I've finished sitting down, I'm going to smile over at Luna.
There's an art to performance that we're going to need to learn very quickly if we're going to get you into the center of the city.
Oh, you're very clever, aren't you?
And why are we going to the center of the city?
It depends. We might not, but I need to go there for business soon anyway. My next job was supposed to be there, and whilst it isn't for another week or so, there's nothing saying I wouldn't be forced to go there earlier. Besides, having friends in high places is always a good thing.
Does that mean you won't be coming back with us?
Oh, I'll absolutely be traveling with you for the time being. I'm very interested to see where your adventure continues. Besides,
I peer over at Nerissa.
I'm not required here for another week or so, yes?
Correct. We have nothing happening right now.
Fantastic.
I have a couple of questions for you.
Of course.
Of a personal nature.
Should we go to another room then?
They can wait for later. Come back
Okay,
and we'll spend some time just.
of course.
So, given that we've got a proper tailor here, I think I would insist on, for the next, until the time that we've been told to wait ends. We've got another 40 minutes before we're supposed to be back at the chapel. So, or the temple, or whatever the fuck it's called. So I'm going to have everyone's measurements taken. And then I will ask everyone one by one if they want to choose their look, or if they'd rather Kadira chose their look for them.
Fair enough. All right. Well, choose for me, Kadira. Who do you want to talk to first?
I think we're getting Sakar measured first, so when I get back out, I'm going to wander up to him.
I think I'll stick to this voice for a while. Get used to it. It's been a while since I've had to adopt another personality. Sakar, have you any preference on what you look like?
I mean, the clothes I'm in now, so...
I mean, when we go to somewhere a little more opulent. Your clothes and my previous wear were for the desert. Useful out there, but very different predators hunt here, especially in the old town.
All right. Yeah, alright, fine. You can choose since I don't know how to choose proper apparel.
Perhaps we
For
should get some gold
nobility.
trim on those guns of yours.
I mean, alright. Now you're talking.
Fantastic. I'll see if I can get in contact with any kind of black powder smith.
Anything like that, I'm willing to spend some money, alright?
Oh, fantastic. I was going to buy it. Although, admittedly, without my payment, which isn't for another week, I might not be able to.
Okay. For Zakar, I'm going to a white jacket with a buttoned vest and gold chain, with a mantle of white feathers, probably swan or some similar creature, which runs down the back. I don't know what kind of trousers you wear at all, or if you're sort of like did like Looney Tunes sing it, where you only wear it on the top or the bottom.
I can see all of his tail feathers.
Right? Yeah. I am also going to commission a gold-trimmed bandolier and holster, using a very specific type of leather. If anyone's trying to AI this shit, don't bother. It's too specific.
I was not trying. No, like I can already tell this is not going to happen. Yeah, I like the visuals.
Yeah. I'm thinking the second person we need to have done is Gearheart.
You just see Gearheart over here just spinning the globe.
I'm going to come up to Gearheart with a measure, and I'm going to measure the length of all of his armor.
We're going to need to attach hooks to the interior of these plates. Polish the what's this material? Is it mithril, adamantine?
Sakar said it was mithril.
Mithril. Definitely polished. Mithril. Perhaps some form of paint. A gold trim? That would definitely help. A ceremonial helmet to fit over the top. These horns, are they mandatory or can you remove them?
I would not try to remove my head.
Not the head. I mean,
Does he have the horns very much like in the picture? Or are they?
Yeah.
He does. Okay.
We'll need to work around them then. That should be fine. Create a helmet with a covered eye slit so that they can see the globe but not the eyes. We want them to think that you're human or close to it. I'm thinking a plumed helmet, feathers. We can also give you a mantle of sorts and cover the joints with nice fabric. I'm thinking a quilted fabric, probably a deep red. And then a sash. A red sash, I'm thinking. Perhaps indented with a fleur-de-lis. That would work well. We'd need to replace the leathers on your bottom half with some silks as well. I'll draw out some designs for that. As a little bit more than tailoring.
How is all of this supposed to help me protect my friends?
Well, you see, the place where we're going is very complicated. People will expect you to be a specific way. The best way to avoid that is to make yourself look like a guard. Guards, specifically guards of noblemen, are expected to be silent. As such, you'll be left alone in conversations, unless you wish to address others for the most part. And you'll be able to follow us anywhere we may travel, even into places you may not otherwise be allowed.
I already do that.
In short, it will make everyone less suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't worry, Gerhard.
What if I just told them I'm there to protect you?
That would be wonderful. A guard. We just need you to look the part as well. If you want to ask me why people will think this about you because of a different appearance, I'm afraid I don't know. It's been such a long time since these rules have been put in place, I'm not sure the people who follow them even understand anymore, but understand that this is only to help you do the things you wish to. Okay?
We will see.
Thank you. Luna, you look to me like someone who has picked out pretty clothes before. Do you have any opinions?
About my own dress or about the others?
About your own.
I'm sure I probably have something somewhere, but,
Oh, nonsense. I'm obviously paying for one of yours here.
I might as well indulge a little bit.
I'm wondering what kind of look are you going for? Are you going for noble handmaiden? Perhaps a young daughter of some noble house. A scion, maybe.
The scion sounds quite alright for me.
Wonderful. Plenty of young women of the nobility travel around the world, getting into trouble, learning strange skills that seem needless for a girl with so much money. The loot will definitely come in handy for giving off that impression.
I think you have a good point. Let's see. Fine jewels and gold are to be assumed, but, what color should it be? Maybe like a deep orange?
Something to complement your red. A deep orange sounds good, but it need to be a dark orange.
I think that sounds fair. Dark orange and gold sounds like a perfectly fine combination.
Have you ever considered wearing a headdress which implements your horn?
I don't believe I have, actually.
I know a man who can create jewelry for the top of your curved ears. The kind which affixes to the top of the ear. Runs the entire length, littered with the jewels.
Oh, now that sounds lovely.
I've used it on occasion to mask my own ears. There's this very specific type of implement which can make you look like you have elven ears. I've used it once or twice, but you have to have the jewelry attached as well, otherwise it just looks like a fake. Helps distract from the obvious.
Perhaps, but I don't know if there's much distracting from the horns.
Too much hand ornamentation will prevent you from playing too well, so I think we should focus on the wrist. Gold bangles.
I think that's a good idea.
Silver cuffs, maybe? Or maybe bronze. Bronze would match that wonderful deep orange feel you were going for. Are you adverse to wearing a dress?
So. Oh, of course not.
Wonderful. I know a man who can line the interior of your dress with pockets. Hide plenty in plain sight. No one goes looking under.
That's actually really convenient. I mean, I already have the bag of holding, but I need to be able to convincingly carry the bag of holding with me.
I assume we won't be bringing Cloud with us.
Oh, probably not.
Sorry, Cloud. No free clothes today. And the studious Dracus Paran. Am I saying that right?
You are, but I prefer you keep it to Spark over in the city.
Bark. Have you ever considered getting gold-framed spectacles?
It's a little too much for my taste.
What about ivory?
A little better.
Wonderful. Crystal lenses? Absolutely fine from an optometrist's perspective. Are you thinking of the modern mage look? A court wizard? Or perhaps a magician's advisor to the young scion of our Luna?
I'll leave this to you. I'm not one for dressing up.
What a shame. Got such a defined jawline. Those cheekbones are marvelous. If you weren't a wizard, you'd have a good job modeling. I'm thinking a robe. Not unlike the one you're wearing now. Silver cuff. The robe should be a bright blue. A tightly buttoned shirt beneath. Brooch. High collar, gold trim. I'm thinking a Western style trouser. The robe slit down the side so you can see them. Leather shoes, laced, polished. The kind that give you a clop when you walk. Earrings might look gaudy. Perhaps we could show you to a hairstylist as well. This wild look does much fit the look you're going for now, but you might need it to be slicked if we're going into a more professional setting. And then a couple of fake commendations pinned to your upper breast. That should do it.
Very well.
Fantastic. Owen, would you take his measurements as well?
If you're talking, Ty, I can't hear you.
Apologies, I muted myself because I was giggling.
Why? What's funny? Is it just people being very uncomfortable?
No, it feels like this might be just an excuse for you to slag off people's style.
Oh, that's exactly what I'm doing. I don't know what the fuck you...
I want that.
Why else do you think we're here?
No, I very much enjoyed it. But yeah, no, if I can interject as Cloud, just for a quick second. Cloud will move forward. If we are planning this already, we may have 2 extra people with us.
Why?
Well, I don't know how close you are to the other 2, but you just paid rather a lot of money to have them around again.
I didn't pay a silver. Though, Owen, I'm sorry to spring this on you early. I owe this man 600 gold. I was wondering if I could pinch it from your stores.
He reaches to one of the drawers. You can see what appears to be spins a dial on the drawer. Slides. Take out a small pouch. It doesn't seem to be large enough to contain 600. Quite quickly, as to lightly playing a pad in plant.
Oh. Thank you kindly.
And I'm going to drop the... What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4... I'm going to pay for all of my friends' outfits, so that's 200 gold, yes?
Mm-hmm.
I assume mine is already paid for?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. I'm going to drop my 200 gold, grab the pouch, toss it to Cloud immediately.
The money I promised you. Thank you very much for escorting me.
Sorry, take my head. Stole your character for a moment. So I can say something.
No, it's all good.
Okay. With that, Arwen will move around each of you with a large notepad and take measurements. You are well supplied with wine and dates whilst you're here, if you would like them, frizzled with honey. But shortly after, very well, have everybody's measurements. I will make sure these are worked on. When exactly do you need?
I don't know specifically. Sorry, my voice. We're going to be returning here tomorrow afternoon to continue a resurrection ritual. Probably tomorrow evening is when we'll be moving into a larger part of the city. So, can you even make it that quickly? That seems entirely unreasonable.
I will have them ready for midday.
Arwen is a G.
Oh.
They'll be ready for
All
me.
right, Darwin. Have you been practicing whilst I've not been here?
I have a few small tricks left up my sleeve, of course.
Wonderful.
I'm going to turn back to Sakar.
He must not be busy with other work. Either that or he really likes my choice of wear. Got a sort of an autistic expression thing going there. He'll obsess over it all night. Well, I'm so sorry to have taken so much of your time. I believe it's about time we return to the temple.
It's actually overtime. A bit, but... Larissa will see you out. And she approaches. Just say, come back and see me. Whenever you can. I'd love to catch up.
I take it this isn't a short conversation we can have now.
No. We should do it.
By the way, I changed back into my regular clothes.
Okay. Why?
Because we're in the middle of this part of the city.
Yeah, 100%. The right choice. It is 100% the right choice. All right. All right. You all make your way out at this point. Leading the way, having all been measured up and touched up somewhat. What? And you head on
We've been
out.
felt up by the tailor.
Tall, handsome man, 6 foot something, and he is not shy. It would appear from your experience with him. You hear the door click. Gerhardt, you intentionally.
Yeah. I was just hiding.
Okay. Sorry, I was wondering if there was a genuine intention behind it. You can hide if you want. No problem.
No.
You've been found.
All right.
You gave me away.
I'm so sorry. At this point, are you heading back to the temple?
Yes.
We're going to move you over to the temple, but we are at time. Let me just go ahead. But you would see that did you specify which? Am I right in thinking you wanted to try and resurrect Barathis first?
Barathis first, yes.
Yes.
At this point, as you make your way back, you can see the body laid out on the bench has been lovingly prepared. The priest welcomes you in. At this point, there is nobody else here. Anybody else has left the temple. Seemingly, he has ushered them out. I thought we would do with some privacy for this part. Have you prepared anything for the one that you have lost? That's where we'll end the session. So that you have some time to prepare something. If you wish to prepare something.
I have no idea how resurrection works in 5e.
Say some nice things.
Oh, cool. I've never met this bint before. Actually, no, I helped rescue him, but...
So this isn't really the way that resurrection works in 5e, just to be clear. The way the resurrection works in 5e is that you cast the resurrection spell and they're resurrected. It's typically that simple. Because we have a lot of stuff going on, unfortunately, it's not that simple. It's not that easy. So there is a chance that it will fail. Firstly, the soul has to be willing to return. That's always the case. So it's actually not quite that simple. But assuming that they are willing to return, they will always sort of just come back. There is resurrection sickness. So for anything over Revivify, when they come back, you take a few days of getting a penalty to everything, basically. With this,
that's their problem, though.
It is absolutely. With this, it's tied to a system of trying to effectively find the soul and guide it back. And so anything that you prepare in terms of speeches or tributes to the person or sharing sort of close memories of them or anything along this lines, anything you can think of, get as creative as you want with it, will all help to effectively guide the soul back to the correct place and will mean a higher chance of success.
I brought a spirit harpoon gun.
Hey, if you want to go through the pain of creating one in the next hour, you can't. It's impossible. Yeah. But there's a lot of people vying for souls at the moment, trying to take them, and they're very easy to get lost. And especially with people like the Raven Queen being dead, it makes it difficult.
Maybe I could summon 3d4 goblins to help somehow.
But the Raven Queen's
definitely
dead.
summon 3d4 goblins. Whether they'll help or not is a whole nother question.
I'm sure they will. They're nice guys, goblins.
Maybe.
They helped us in the other fight. So.
They did, yeah.
Maybe. Okay. Let's
Can
do.
Can I say that I got my chain of goblins from the goblins this time around?
Your chain of goblins?
Oh, I don't know where I'm going to get. Can I say that I have an artifact given to me by the goblins, which is summon my friends to this location at this time?
Yeah, you can do that. There's actually quite a lot of goblins in Zeif.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of them called the Sand Scuttlers, which do a lot of transport around the desert and stuff like that.
Poor Meek.
There's quite a lot of clans in the desert, and a lot of them make it into the outskirts of Zeif. So goblins are quite a common sight.
Nice.
All right, let's do this Time to Wish. If everybody's good to go, Derek, would you kick us off, please?
My star is a 2-piece, and it goes to Jack and Viv for their roleplay. I really like that. And then Wish is that we can come and get both of our NPCs back to life.
Hopefully. All right, awesome. Viv, Star on a Wish?
Star, I'm also going to give it to Jack because I thought that roleplay was really fun. Especially the bit after turning into the noblewoman. I thought that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then Wish, I want to find out more about this giant dragon. I'm definitely curious at this point, especially because I think it might destroy everything.
Yay.
Now you want to deal with the dragon. But when
Well,
I insisted
I thought it was
before...
gonna... I don't want to be the one to touch it. I just want to know about it.
Yeah, those are different things, for sure. For sure. Okay, awesome. Rob, Star on a Wish?
Yeah, my star is also going to be shared between Jack and Viv for the role play. And my wish is now to just look fancy as fuck.
Oh, don't worry, it's happening.
Look fat.
Who cares about dragons? Who cares about resurrecting our friends? As long as you look fancy, alright?
Shane, Star on a Wish?
Mine's gonna go to Jack for the whole trying to spruce us all up. I thought that was kind of funny. I don't think Gearhart's gonna like it at all.
Oh, that's fine. I'll make him.
But okay, we'll see. We'll see.
I'm going to use suggestion on him. Wear the nice things.
You can try.
Okay.
And my wish. I guess I want to see Mel come back. Mel's coming back.
Mel's coming back.
Yeah. We all just have to scream 555
we're gonna
German all in
revive.
unison.
We're gonna try to revive Set, and it's gonna have a different soul in it, and it's gonna be Mel's character.
God. Do you guys? You were trying to recruit Mel, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not entirely sure why. Like, I love having Mel around. Don't get me wrong. I would love to have Mel here, but like the last time you recruited him for like a specific job, you guys don't really have like a specific job on the go at the moment to like recruit somebody.
Nope.
We gotta go back and kill that Fae and still deliver the item once Set comes back to life.
Okay. Oh, that's the job you're thinking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Got you. Understood. Okay. I mean, that's quite a big job. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah, it's a very big jump. That's why we need Mel.
We just like to tell Mel, oh, it'll only be like 2 sessions, and then it ends up being like 10 sessions. He just gets mad.
Yeah,
it's funny.
Okay.
Ty, it's
they
funny.
said 4 sessions. You guys said 4 sessions to him?
No, that was the last time. The 4.
No,
we said
I
only 4 sessions.
Well, I said 4
Oh my
again
god,
this time.
okay. Sure. Yeah, 4 sessions. Yeah, you'll definitely get it done in 4 sessions. 100%.
Yeah.
Well, I said maybe 4 sessions, depending on how sidetracked we get.
Would like to point out that you were already halfway into your expedition when you met Kadira. It has since been like 8 sessions.
About a third of the way, I'd say. Yeah.
Well, I lied. I told him we went halfway.
Okay.
It's close.
Yeah, close.
That's fine. Jack, Star on a Wish.
My star's gonna go to Luna for role playing. Well, for the deliberately going for the fucking charlatan deal.
Yeah.
Because I was like, okay, you've seen that Kadira's succeeded on the save. It's fairly obvious, but then you were like, what books? Like, has anyone seen the meme of the Japanese man turning around suddenly when he hears a real good deal off in the distance?
No.
That one. I've severely misdescribed that meme. Anyway, yeah, I like the fact that that became a scene, because I was pretty sure it was just going to be like, oh, he's a charlatan, and then nothing else. But then it turned into an actual conversation.
And you bought a book?
We did buy a book.
And I might show that book off to someone.
It's some Gearhart's bedtime stories.
Yeah.
Honestly, knowing the
written in runic syntax, pure arcana.
Knowing how persuasive this party is, if you actually wanted, you could sell it for an amazing price.
Probably, yeah.
Anyway, what's your wish, Jack?
My wish is... Oh, I had a wish a second ago. I've forgotten it already. My wish is that I get to have a role-play moment with one of the other party members, because I feel like I had a discussion with Spark back in the first session that I joined in that tent, but we didn't really get very far with the discussions. I don't know if I'd be able to have a conversation with Greyhawk, given that we seem so very opposite from one another.
We did a little bit in the tent as well.
We did also, and Sakar, I don't think I've spoken to very much at all either, so I should probably get to doing a bigger piecing with them as well if I can. But additionally, I look forward to seeing how Kadira and Luna's relationship develops, because I don't know if Luna, if you've noticed, Viv, but I suspect that Kadira and Luna are going to have some serious beef going forward as we learn more about each other.
I get that. I am trying to keep it civil, but
this is going to be fun.
Yeah. As long as you don't go too overboard, I think it'll be okay. But there's a possibility.
She was testing the waters earlier to see what your affiliations were in regards to what we were on about, and I picked some stuff up.
I
But I'm not gonna give up more information about myself if I don't need to, and it sounds like you're not either. So we're fine because neither of us know anything for sure about the other one.
True, and as long as it stays that way, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Let's just never learn about each other. It'd be great. We'll be best friends until we do, and then it'll turn into a strangling match.
Yeah, you guys find out that you're actually sworn enemies trying to get each other.
No comment.
All right, so let's go raiding. Guys, thank you very much for playing. It's been lovely to have you all come and watch. To my players, thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed. If anybody has any feedback regarding the new layout or streaming stuff or anything, I'd love to hear it. Obviously, we're always trying new things. Keep your eyes peeled. We don't have any streams tomorrow, which is Sunday. Depending on what time zone you're in, it might already be today. It's for me. But we will be back Monday with our Raven's Retribution, Tuesday with Symphony of Storms, so on throughout the week. Wednesday with some more Kingdom Come Deliverance too. If I'm feeling particularly Kingdom... I was going to say Kingdom Cummy. That's not a good
it's a great way to put it. You mean
maybe we have a Sunday
perfect way.
Come Deliverance. But without further ado, let's go raiding. We're going to go raid the wonderful Lost Paws. Not doing Pokemon D&D today, but just making a dungeon in D&D. Hang out and chill stuff. So hopefully a good person to raid. But please send them some love. Please come and throw some emotes at them. Send them some love. Give them a good old orc raid, will ya? And if you need me, feel free to message me, join the Discord, get involved. Just thank you everyone for being here. It always means the world to me. We've got a couple of cool things coming up as well in terms of we've got a charity stream at the end of the month, and we also have what's the other thing? I don't know. Oh, we have a new Iskov game. So if you're interested in joining that, I still am taking applications until Friday, at which point I will close them. But thank you very much, and let's go raid Night Orcs.
Bye, buddy. Hi, DJ. Bye, DJ.